I think the summertime is probably the most important time of the year for current, okay? The current's always moving fresh water, it's always moving bait around. It puts those fish in places where you know you're gonna catch them, okay? That time of the year, that summertime when it gets hot, them fish love that current. They look for that current and they're gonna stack up in that current, okay? You may catch 20 fish out of one current spot in the summertime where that would maybe happen in the spring, because that's what they're looking for that time of the year. It's no different than you being at your house in the middle of the summer, okay? That current brings in, like I said, fresh water, always moving water, lots of oxygen, cooler temperatures, just like you being in your house with the air conditioner on. You know what I mean? Keeps you cool, you're comfortable, and that's what they're looking for. It's kind of the same exact thing. As the fall progresses, it's still a current type related deal, okay? You're still looking for those current places, them high percentage places, them places you know you're gonna set up, okay? Then when we get to the winter months, you know, that's when them fish are gonna go back out there. They're gonna get in those, what I call deep water holes, those eddy holes, those places that they're gonna spend the winter months. This may be channel swings, bluff swings, creek mouths, places where there's a little bit deeper water. Any place like that for them wintertime months are gonna be the areas you wanna key on, okay? So just remember, when you're looking at your seasonal approach, springtime, typically them fish are trying to want to get out of that current because they want to spawn. They're not going to want to spawn in the current. They're not going to want to take the chance to have their eggs washed away by the current and things like that. So they want to try to protect themselves from that current. As it progresses through the summer, remember, the more current, the better, okay? As you get to them wintry time months through the fall, look for them deeper holes that are kind of, you know, that are just deeper, that have current but are still kind of protected from the current. Like I said, channel swings, bluff swings, creek mouths, things like that. That would be, for me, the seasonal approach that you should take or that you should look at, depending on what type fish you have in your body of water that you're messing with. All right. Do's and don'ts. That, you know, we kind of touched on that already. Each river has its own unique considerations, and that's the most important thing I think to look at there is what type fish are in the river you're fishing. Okay, if you're on a smallmouth system that has lots of current, you know them fish live in the current, you know they're going to be in the current, so that's where you're going to want to fish. If you're on a system like that that has a lot of largemouth in it, we know that largemouth don't like to live out in the extreme current, okay? So you want to seek out those areas that have current, but the largemouth are just more comfortable. They're not a smallmouth. They don't want to live out in that stuff. Yeah, they want some current, but they don't want extreme current. Okay, so take that into consideration. Take, just kind of break down the river, see what the river has to offer. You know, that to me is the big key, is what type fish live in that system and how do you target that fish. So for me, for the do's and don'ts, that would be the key thing is, you know, make sure you're in the area for the species of fish that you're fishing for, that you're going to have the most high percentage to get a bite, all right? Baits and gear for river fishing, for me, you guys hear me talk all the time, I love to keep things simple, okay? Here's what we want to think about, is we're going to be fishing in current, and we're keying on current, okay? The biggest mistake I feel that I see people make when they're fishing in current is they use too heavy of baits, all right? To me, I want to keep my bait as natural as possible. I want my bait to flow with the current, all right? If the situation arises where you have to fish backwards in the current, okay, this is the time when you're going to have to go up on weight, all right? Let's say you're on the Mississippi River and the current's ripping, because sometimes it rips so fast through there that you cannot move forward on trolling motor, so you have to fish backwards. This is where I'm going to move my weights up on my baits to 3/8, ½ ounce, okay? For the simple reason of, when I'm fishing backwards, now I'm not playing the current game, okay? Now I'm what I call spot fishing, okay? I'm letting the current blow the boat down the stream. I'm pitching straight into the bank, okay? And I'm fishing, you know, pockets, little nooks and crannies in the bank. Places where when I pitch that bait in there.
Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluzek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests. Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time. Subscribe today.